Hi, I'm Dr. Jolene Kinser, and I'm glad you're here today. We're going to wrap up Chapter 2 of Changing Normal. I want us to reflect on how personal context and cultural shaping influence the way that we approach conflict, and what the Bible tells us about hope and change. Each of us grow up in a particular context, our family, our culture, our faith, education, and social environment. All of these were part of our context, and they quietly shape how we see the world. I grew up in a white, middle-class Christian family in Northern California, and that context taught me certain ways of communicating, handling conflict, and understanding authority. But it also left me unaware of many things, especially how my culture shaped me without my noticing. It wasn't until years of cross-cultural living, study, and intentional reflection that I began to see these influences more clearly. And even now, I'm definitely still learning. Scripture reminds us that we are shaped long before we're aware of it. Proverbs tells us to train up a child in the way they should go. This is proactive training up. The child doesn't realize it, but the parents are intentionally investing and shaping, right? This formation happens early, often quietly. And all of us absorb expectations about respect, power, emotions, and reconciliation long before we ever examine those expectations. This cultural shaping happened unbeknown to us while we were growing up. We learned these patterns simply by trying to survive, to belong, and to be loved. And when we consider cultural norms, internal struggles, environmental pressures, and personal history, it's no wonder that many of us feel stuck in conflict. You may have thought, this relationship will never really change, or surface peace feels safer than honesty. I hear you. But Scripture offers us hope. The Bible consistently shows us that God is not finished with us. Paul reminds us that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion. And in Romans, we're told not to be conformed to the pattern of this world, but to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. The shaping that began when we were young doesn't end there. It's precisely because that shaping continues that we have hope. As we live by faith in Jesus, moment by moment, surrendered to Him, Christ continues His work within us, and Christ in us continues our shaping, and that gives us hope. So becoming aware of your personal context is not about blame, it's about understanding, and understanding opens the door to change. We don't have to resign ourselves to the status quo. I'm so grateful for that. There is a way forward. And as Proverbs promises, God is faithful to make our paths straight as we trust Him. Take care.